Hey there, thinkers! Welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is S, and I will be giving my thoughts about Stellar Blade and how Sony just took the demo from people's PlayStations, which has left me seeing this digital future looking pretty bleak. So let's dive right into this, shall we? So, here we go again. Stellar Blade, the gift that keeps on giving. It's like Christmas every time a new tidbit drops. And trust me, this game is practically the holy grail of 2024 releases. Or at least that's what I've been telling myself between the sips of my coffee. And let's not forget the fan service, because you know nothing screams quality gaming experience like catering to the masses. But hold on to your panties, because the real kicker, they dropped a new demo out of nowhere. No warning, no heads up, just poof, there it is. And just when you thought you could sink your teeth into it, Sony swoops right in and snatches it right out of your digital hands. Classic move, Sony. Real classy. Let's kick things off with a delightful little blunder, courtesy of Sony. According to the oh-so-reliable folks over at Game Rant, Sony decided to treat us with a playable demo of the highly anticipated PlayStation 5 exclusive, Stellar Blade. How kind of them, right? Well, not so fast. It turns out it was all just a big oopsie-doozy on Sony's part. Yeah, you heard that right. They dropped the ball. However, don't worry, thinkers. Even though the demo was short-lived, it hasn't stopped the masses from obsessively refreshing their feeds for any crumb of news about this game. Because let's just face it, who needs actual gameplay when you can just endlessly speculate about it instead? Oh, the joys of being a gamer in the digital age. The infamous shadow drop. You know, that magical moment when a demo appears out of thin air and sends gamers into a frenzy. Naturally, everyone and their grandma rush to the PlayStation Store to snag a piece of the action. And oh boy, did they get an eyeful. I mean, there was so much footage of this online that you could practically piece together the entire game just by watching. But hold on to your panties, because guess what? Those uploads? Yeah, they're all dropping faster than Sony's credibility after this debacle. Seems like the powers that be decided to pull the plug on all that sweet, sweet gameplay. Because who needs spoilers when you can have disappointment instead? Well, on March 9th, eager fans were treated to a tantalizing taste of Stellar Blade on the North American PSN store. Shift Up and Sony must have thought that they were doing us a favor by throwing us a bone a month before the game release. However, this joyride was over within an hour of the launch. Sony pulled the plug, leaving us all high and dry. With the classic whoopsie-daisy move from the people over at Sony, you know, mistakes happen. But ho boy, did they ever outdo themselves with this one. If you were lucky enough to snag that demo before it vanished into thin air, congrats! Your reward? A lovely little message from Sony basically saying, thanks for playing, but we're snatching that demo right back from you. Sorry, not sorry. Because, you know, who needs customer satisfaction when you can just pull the rug right from underneath them instead? Classic move, Sony. Really. I mean, the joys of living in a digital age, where the powers that be can snatch away your precious gaming goodies. Like, the outrage. I mean, come on, Sony. You're not fooling anyone with this whole whoopsies are bad routine. We get it. Mistakes happen. But pulling a Houdini on us and making demos disappear? That's just low. Even for you. Let's talk about trust, shall we? Because last time I checked, trust isn't exactly Sony's strong suit. Remember Silent Hill? Yeah, good times. Konami decided to pull the plug on that gem. At least they had the decency to let you keep what was downloaded. Unlike Sony, who seems to think that they can just waltz into your digital playground and start deleting stuff willy-nilly. Newsflash, Sony! We paid for it, we downloaded it, and we damn well expect to keep it. Now, there is a classic you didn't pay for it argument, because apparently in Sony's world, paying for something doesn't actually mean you get to keep it. Because guess what, Sony? We're not buying into your digital dictatorship. We signed up for access. not a game of digital hide and seek where you get to play judge, jury, and executioner. And let's talk about functionality, because last time I checked, once you download something, it's supposed to, actually work. But leave it to Sony to flip the script and pull the old switcheroo on us. However, the blame game continues, and let me tell you, it's getting old real fast. Look, I'm not here to throw shade at Shift Up for giving Sony a piece of their mind. I mean, who wouldn't want their game to be pulled from the storefront by mistake? But let's not kid ourselves here. Sony is the real culprit in this digital circus act. Instead of owning up to their blunder like reasonable adults, they decided to play digital executioner and wipe out those precious downloads. And don't even get me started on the lack of apologies. I mean, seriously, Sony, a simple "my bad" would have sufficed. But nope, apparently that's too much to ask. But hey, maybe I'm just being too optimistic. Maybe Sony's actually doing the right thing here behind closed doors. Or maybe, just maybe, they're too busy counting their digital dollars to care. But hey, your guess is as good as mine. And surprise, surprise, turns out pulling the rug out from under people tends to tick them off. Like, who would have thought? But hold on to your pitchforks, because we've got ourselves a real headline here. Stellar Blade players upset after demo gets removed from the PlayStation 5. And while I'm all about giving credit where credit is due, Sony's little oopsie-daisy routine is getting old real fast. So go ahead, Sony, keep playing the victim card. But just know, we're on to you, and we're not buying what you're selling. It's time to own up to your mistakes and start treating your customers like the paying patrons they are. But what do I know? That's enough about Sony's digital escapades. Let's hear what you have to say down in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this roller coaster ride of disappointment, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and tap the notification bell. And if you didn't, well, we won't blame you. After all, misery loves company. As always, my name is S, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!